Week 1's in the rearview mirror. That brings Week 2 of the 2025 NFL season. This is your only place to get your 16-leg, low-stakes, high-reward moneyline parlay. This is the Sunday Script. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Script, your only place to get low stakes, high reward, 16-leg moneyline parlay gambling at its finest. If you joined us last week, you watched all our picks, listened to all our takes, and got some pretty damn good commentary, if I do say so myself. We're back again for week 2. Last week, we went 12 for 16. Not bad for week 1. But what we do know is that this week is a lock. So we're glad that you joined us here on the Sunday Script. Let's get right into it with the good old-fashioned Thursday night rinse. If you didn't know, we call it the Thursday night rinse. I'll preface it one more time for the new viewers because we're going to have so many. We call it the Thursday night rinse because if you lose this one, your parlay is done. But we don't lose these. We don't lose these. No. So we're going to start off on Lombardi Drive, Thursday night in Green Bay. Packers versus Commanders. So the Packers, they did look really dominant against the Lions. Micah only played 45% of the snaps, but made a big impact in those limited amount of snaps, which is kind of scary. This might put the Packers, hey, we're going to week 1 overreact here a little bit. Nothing crazy. But this might put the Packers up atop in the NFC going forward this season with maybe the Bucks or in the Eagles, I would say. Jordan Love looks great. My thing with Jordan Love, all right, and don't hate me here, Carm, in Packer community, is that he puts the ball in harm's way sometimes. He did a couple times last week.
Yeah.
I need to see that go away, and we'll talk Packers next level. Lambeau's going to be rocking. Commanders won, but I wasn't impressed. I mean, we could go out there and beat the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to everyone who thought the Giants were going to be good this year. When if you would have listened to the script last week, you would have known they were going to be ass.
Yeah.
All year. So they're going to put in Jackson Fart, and nothing's going to change. So with that, I think we have a pretty strong idea of who we're taking here. We're going to hammer the Packers this week.
Yeah, we gotta pick the Packers on this one. Micah Parsons tore it up, only played like 40% of the snaps. But I'm not gonna toot our horn too much. There's a lot of football to play.
Some humility there.
A lot of football to play. However, the football team, we knew the Giants were ass. We said that. The football team should have came out there and laid an ass whooping on them, and they really didn't.
Amen.
I think the Packers went out and laid an ass whooping on a 15-2 team last year. I think the Packers are going to be just actually leagues ahead of the Commanders, and they're going to get exposed pretty bad. So that's all I really got to say about that. I'm not going to talk about the Packers too much more. You know where I stand. So we're going to get into game number 2. Seahawks versus Steelers. Speaking of the Packers, Rodgers was looking vintage, man. Fucking vintage. Rodgers was tossing the rock around, 4 touchdowns against his former team. They might be dangerous this year, man. They might be a team to beat in the AFC, but they gotta play with the Bengals. They gotta play with the Ravens. Who also were looking really good. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Seahawks, we were hot on the Seahawks last week. Didn't really go our way, but I mean, we kind of just lost to a Brock Purdy miracle. So shout out to Sock Dirty, man. He made the play when he needed to, I guess.
Yeah.
Other than that, the Steelers did give up 30 points to Justin Fields. which is a rinse because Justin Fields is not good, and he's on the Jets, and you can't be giving up 30 points to the Jets. Are we seeing cracks in Tomlin's defense finally? Maybe. The Seahawks could sneak one out coming off that tough divisional loss, but we're gonna be rocking with the Steelers on this one.
Yeah, I've been dying to get to this one because if our real Sunday script heads here listen to my take last week, I was dead on. All right, Aaron is so back, and the hatred towards this man, and this is coming from a Bears fan here. All right, he's in the AFC. I don't really care anymore, but Aaron is definitely back. The Steelers are dangerous this year. Like Carm said, there was some cracking in the Steelers defense, but that's a pretty solid foundation, I think. I think Mike Tomlin's got that.
30 points.
I think Mike Tomlin's got those boys on lock, and I think that they're going to come out this week against the Seahawks, who we're not down on.
No.
This is just a tough matchup. We're riding the Steelers here. I think we gotta. But with this Aaron Rodgers discussion, I'm interested in what Nick has to say. Because why do you think people want Aaron Rodgers to fail?
I think they think he's washed
Nick?
because
why
he
did they
played
think
for a
he's washed?
lifetime in Green Bay, did well, got divisional championships, Super Bowls, and now he's playing for whatever team will pay him the most money. He's kind of just bounced around and looking for his bag at this point. At least that would be my thoughts.
He is getting his bag though.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, how much was he worth? We looked it up. He's worth like
200 mil. That's what they say,
million.
but that's just the fucking internet.
That's just
saying.
yeah.
And what, 10
That's just
million
your
This
net
is
worth.
this
3
guy's
years?
net worth.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah. So we're hammering the Steelers there. But we're gonna move on to our next game here. This is the Dolphins versus the Patriots.
yeah, this is a not.
This
good.
is a rinse. This isn't the rinse of the week, but it's a rinse. The Dolphins looked horrendous. We're going to eat our words on that. You have the receipts. Go back to last week. We'd love also
terrible.
Yeah. Terrible. Yeah, the defense couldn't.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, the defense couldn't stop Danny Dimes
man.
at all. The Dolphins, we don't really have much to talk about. I mean, Simple Jack looked pretty simple. Tyreek was crying. He didn't get the ball as much as he should. I mean, I don't know where we're at with Tyreek at this point. Fully healthy, fully good Tyreek. But, I mean, then we're getting into the Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins talk. And it's like, okay, maybe you're just old. And, on the Patriots side of things, everyone was super high on the Patriots. We didn't see it here on the Sunday script, and we predicted it, and we were right. Eugene came in there. The Patriots defense gave up a lot of chunk plays there. You got to do better, Vrabes. You got to do better. And does the Drake May glaze continue? I mean, I don't see it. A lot of inaccuracy issues last week. And I think the Drake May glaze needs to end, as well as some other glazing of quarterbacks that we will get to later in the show here. But we are still going to take the Patriots here. We are still going to take the Patriots just because the Dolphins, yeah, that's all I got to say. I can't even come up with another word to describe what the Dolphins did in Indianapolis last week.
Yeah, no, that was a terrible performance. All around, 30 fucking points I'll get to him later, but I have to issue a formal apology to Indianapolis Jones. You came out and you balled out. So I said you were going to be a shitter. We'll see you later on in the show. But he kicked the shit out of the Dolphins. The Dolphins just looked disjointed all around. Drake May, he lost, but he lost to elite quarterback Geno, who's there to run the table. With a brand new rookie running back, I think he had a pretty good day as well. So I think the Raiders are for real. I think that loss is going to age well. We're going to take the Patriots on this one. The Dolphins, after week one, I don't think they can bounce back from that, dude. That was terrible.
Nick, do you think Tyreek should be traded? I mean, we're on Tyreek trade watch here. I mean, what's your thoughts? I know you're a big Tyreek head.
Yeah, I was really hoping the Dolphins would pop off, but we could see last week that just wasn't the case. At this point, I'd probably say that it should be about time to be getting ready to trade him, just because he still has value now, and he could give potential picks or at least better players who aren't as moody, and that'll help the Dolphins actually get their goals of getting a Super Bowl.
I think that would make some say that Tyreek is a woman.
Right now, he's just washed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a bit washed. Anyway, hammer the Patriots on that one. The Dolphins are terrible. They're gonna keep being bad. How long does McDaniels got? TikTok McDaniels. You're fucked, dude, after that one. I would have fired him after that game. All right, Bills and Jets. Dude, Jets poverty, but Justin Fields, shout out to him. Had a great game last week. Put up 30 points on old Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Was looking pretty good. However, I watched him play in the NFC North for quite some time and was very unimpressed. And I don't even remember him playing on the Steelers. So
Yeah.
we'll see what he has to do. Week 1 overreaction is the Steelers defense is going to be spotty all year because they gave up 30 points to Justin Fields. The Bills, on the other hand, what did we say? We said, make sure you enjoy that fucking game.
Yeah, we did say that.
Because that was a fucking game of the year right there. Josh Allen's the dude. He's going to win MVP. 15-point deficit fourth quarter. They're still elite. You have to pick the Bills over the Jets. I mean,
unless you're mentally unstable.
Is this just a ultimate trap
I mean,
game?
this is no, it's not. No, it's not. This is just a gimme. This is just a free gimme.
Yeah.
This is a free gimme here on the Sunday Script. Maybe that'll be a segment going forward because this game might as well make it a segment. The Bills are going to run away with this game. This will not be a close game. I have seen Justin Fields put up great games and then put up an absolute stinker. I mean, the inconsistency with Justin Fields, he can't read defense. He's mobile, but if you plan against it, then you're just going to contain Justin Fields. And then, of course, they go into a drive that matters. Sure, Garrett Wilson drops the ball, but of course they don't come up with points because it's Justin Fields, and he has a 0 clutch rating. So I think you have a pretty good idea of who we're leaning towards here. You're going to hammer the Bills, even though they gave up a lot of big runs to King Henry, which we'll talk about that later too.
Give him a break.
But hey,
give him a break.
Right?
Yeah.
Could we stop King Henry? No. So let's give him a break.
No one can.
Yeah, no one can. Right?
Hate to say it.
Right. All right.
No
so
glaze.
that is going to move us into Rams versus Titans. We said last week. And I'm going to stay with this take that I'm not too high on the Rams this year, mostly because of Stat Padford's medical history and his current medical status. But we did say that the Rams defense was legit, and that defense is legit.
It's legit, man.
So and Puka balled out. I'd like to see more Tay in the game. I think we just talked about it, right? That Tyreek, Devontae. Cooper Kupp, injured, but is really good. Triple Crown winners, Super Bowl champions. But maybe they schedule and get washed. We'll have to see. But on the Titans side of things, I mean, we're down. We're not high on the Titans this year, of course. But like we said, that's okay, Titans. Just go out there and play football. You have a rookie quarterback. Just go out there. You had a good game against Denver, but we're not taking you here against the Rams. So you might as well just hammer the Rams here and put your money on Stat Padford.
Yeah, put your money on Stat Padford. The Rams defense looked really good, and I'm hot on defenses this year. I think defenses have been winning a lot of games. However, speaking of defenses, the Titans had a good game. Oh, whoop-de-fucking-do. The Titans had a good game carried by their defense and their special teams. No touchdowns, nothing to write home about. The Rams are a legit team, a playoff team. The Titans are still not good. I think, the Broncos were rubbing off a little bit of the rust, and like I said, it was all defense and special teams that we saw from the Titans. So we're going to have to pick the Rams. The Rams are actual football team, and Titans aren't, as far as I'm concerned, until proven otherwise. So with that, we're going to get into another rinse.
I don't like
would
this.
say.
This has me. Yeah, I don't like this.
This game is a total rinse. I mean, let's call it like it is. The Bengals lost a very close game to what everyone assumes is one of the worst franchises in history. Now, again, the Browns were carried by their special teams and defense a little bit, but Joe Burrow didn't put up a ton of points, and you get kind of concerned with how high-powered the offense is and then what their defense is going to do. I mean, so that being said, we're also dealing with another really bad team with the Jaguars. Because
So we think.
this
week could
think
change
the
our mind.
Jaguars, it could change our mind. And here's the thing. This is another team just like the Titans earlier. Jaguars, ooh, congrats. You beat the Panthers, right? Sure, you did it handedly. ETN had a great game. Does he have a great game against the Bengals? I mean, the Bengals defense is significantly better than the Panthers. I'll let Tim say some more about this game.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of moving parts.
There's a lot of
here.
nuance in this.
Yeah,
The Bengals lose because the Browns kicker sucks. So the Bengals lose because the Browns kicker sucks.
Yeah.
And they tipped a bunch of balls in the air that were intercepted. The Browns did to the Bengals. Like, the offense didn't look good at all, and Myles Garrett feasted. Yes, that is Myles Garrett. So, and Myles Garrett looked great, but, deserving all that money. Like Carm said, the defense looks solid, and the thing about the Jags is that Travis balled out, but not Travis Hunter.
No.
So we're not high on Travis Hunter at all here on the Sunday script.
No.
You'll see that as a recurring theme because we're going to get proven right. I don't think you take a cornerback who can play receiver at 2. I think if you don't take a blue chip player at 2, you're a disorganized franchise.
Yeah, that's not a good play call.
And the fact that Trevor Etienne had such a great game, it bailed Trevor Lawrence out from selling. So she didn't even have a chance to throw the ball. So with that, Trevor can just go into this game and they're gonna have to throw it because the Bengals defense looks good, and then she's gonna throw a pick to ruin it. So with that, we're gonna take the Bengals here. We are a little cautionary on it.
Yeah,
a little bit, but we're gonna take the Bengals here because we still trust our script. Yeah,
so and it's a safe bet with Joe Burr too.
It's a safe bet with Joe
Burr's
Burr.
a much better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence.
We don't even have to bring it up. Everyone knows Joe Burr, right? But with that, we're gonna move into a reading from one of our ad sponsors, Sentence Enhancers.
This episode of the Sunday Script is brought to you by Sentence Enhancers. Words are tools. Some cut deep and other build bridges. In this book, it'll help you recognize new words to use, as well as help you improve your communication both at work and in everyday life. Buy Sentence Enhancers now on Amazon.
So I just want to say, this book, Sentence Enhancers, it really has enhanced my vocabulary. And my favorite thing about it is it doesn't make you look like a dick. You can pull out really good words in a sentence.
Facts.
And you don't look like a douche. So it would be a real munificent gesture if you got someone this book, or yourself this book. But with that, we're going to move in to the second half of the show here. We're going to get into Browns versus Ravens. So here we go with Lamar, my favorite player, Lamar Jackson. Now, I'm not going to blame this loss last week on Lamar, but it's the good old classic Lamar wins, people. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? I mean, Derrick Henry carried them. Yeah, thank you. Derrick Henry carried them. The Ravens are going to be good, but the glaze needs to stop. Okay? The glaze needs to stop, and I can't wait to watch it stop this year. But Joe Flacco put up a fight last week. He did. We told you he would. We told you he's elite. He's elite. If it wasn't for their kicker just absolutely selling that game for them, I mean, they could win. They could have won. They easily could have won. So that's where the Bengals discussion, that kind of, leads into that also. Yeah. But we're going to stay on this game. Yeah. The Browns might be 1-0. And we might be sitting here saying we went 11 for 16 because Joe Flacco beat Joe Burr.
Yeah.
But with all that said, it's still the Browns. We're still down on the Browns.
Yeah,
so
the Browns have downs.
The Browns have downs.
Yeah.
We're going to take the Ravens here. Pretty simple pick for us, I think.
Yeah. Simple enough. Good old Lamar rinse. That's what he does. We've seen it before, and especially against, top AFC teams. That being said, he did put up 40 points on one of the best teams, quote unquote, best teams in the league. And then Derrick Henry There were two MVPs playing that night, two MVP candidates. We had Joshy Allen and Derrick Henry, dude. That dude is
honestly
a fucking monster. I would not ever want to have to center my defense around stopping him because people just don't seem to do it. So I don't think the Browns are going to get it done. Ravens all the way. So now we're going to get into what is now becoming the rinse of the week with breaking news. Breaking news brought to you here from the Sunday Script. Brock Purdy in the 49ers versus the Saints. Brock Purdy, breaking news. He is suffering, allegedly, some serious shoulder injuries and a little toe injury.
he just wants to get paid.
So if he doesn't play, they're rocking with Mac Jones. And Mac Jones, I might be more down on Mac Jones than Daniel Jones, honestly. Mac Jones sucks, but the Saints have like no quarterback experience at all. And the Saints are, coming off the Cardinals rinse too. But it was competitive, but the Cardinals suck. The 49ers don't.
Yeah.
49ers, I always say they have a slept-on defense. So we're going to hammer the 49ers in this rinse of the week, but this is not a good one for the fellas. I don't like this.
Yeah, Mac Jones, Daniel Jones. I don't really keeping up with those Joneses.
If Purdy plays, is hammer the Niners. But
I mean, we're gonna take the Niners here regardless. The path to 0-17 for the Saints continues the next week. Like I said, the Saints aren't winning the goddamn game this year, dude.
Not one.
Spencer Rattler? Give me a fucking break. They're not winning a single damn game this year. The Saints will go 0-17. The Niners win on that like lucky ass Jake Tonga's touchdown.
Yeah.
And the fact that Sam Darnold didn't realize his right tackle was being pushed into his backside. And we're not high on the Niners at all this year. At all. Everyone's hurt already. Like CMC could get hurt on the first play, per usual. I know that's the usual discussion with them. Oh, CMC. But baby food Kellen Moore is going to have his hands full still, I think, with CMC. Saints are still the worst team in football. We could honestly care less anytime the Saints are on. Anytime you'll get a kind of an essence of who we could really care less about, and the Saints are one of those teams. But we're still gonna hammer the Niners here. So take the Niners. That moves us into Giants versus Cowboys, a good old NFC East matchup, good old rivalry game here. I thought Dak had a good game.
I did too.
If it wasn't for CD's nuts dropping all those balls.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I worked on that a lot, actually.
Don't quit your day job. NFL podcasting.
So the Giants are still poverty. Come on.
Yeah.
We said that earlier. Sorry we're saying it again. But, I mean, like everyone who says the Giants were going to be good, absolute bozo. When do we see Jackson fart? Maybe in the second half of this game. I'm not predicting that. I'm just saying maybe. But the Dallas defense wasn't awful. It helps, and it helps that Jalen Carter spit on Dak. So the All-Pro defensive tackle couldn't play. That helps a lot. But we're so down on the Giants that we're gonna pick the Cowboys here. The Cowboys are our pick for sure. Yeah,
the Jalen Carter thing was ridiculous. I wonder if he's going to get suspended. We'll talk more about that later. The Cowboys, on the other hand, good close game with the defending Super Bowl champions. Their defense looked pretty good. And Dangerous Wilson, I'm sorry, he's not going to take the franchise anywhere. They're coming up on just needing to play Jackson Dart to get Dangerous out of there because he is not the answer. He's not going to win you any football games, not going to win you any tough football games. You might as well start, flushing out the young guy and seeing what he can do and getting him some reps. And this is the week to do it because they got to play the Eagles soon and the Chiefs, I think.
Yeah, they have a really hard schedule.
Yeah, they have a pretty tough schedule. So you're going to have to put your rookie in now against the Cowboys, who are still a good team, unfortunate to say, or leave Dangerous in there to lose you some more games. So that being said, we're going to take the Cowboys. Dak looked really fucking good last week, I think, and I'm down on Dak. Well, Tim, I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about your fucking impoverished franchise. The Bears at the Lions. Sorry to say, but the Bears looked really good for about 5 minutes of football, and then they just turned into the classic Bears. Caleb couldn't get anything going on offense. I think that the Lions couldn't really get too much going on offense either. So this is more of a rinse than people are thinking, but I was not a fan of either team. The Lions got their asses whooped. The Bears choked so hard. Caleb looks bad. You said if Caleb looks good, then the Bears will be good. I think it's over for the Bears. I think the Bears are done already.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Start Tyson.
Yeah.
Take the Lions. All right, we're moving on to the next game here. Broncos versus Colts. So Danny Dimes ended up proving us wrong. Good old Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And last week I called out Chris Ballard for basically shitting on Jim Irsay's grave. And Chris Ballard, you better be praying again to Jim Irsay that he delivers you another win, because we're not going to take you this week. We're going to take the Broncos here, even though Bo Nix looked like okay. He looked okay.
2 picks.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. They'll be okay. The defense will be better this week. And even though they already gave up 12 points, they're going to have a really good defense. And I think the Broncos are just going to improve a lot from last week. And I think we'd be dumb to see 1 week of Daniel Jones with our prior knowledge and his prior tape and then bet on him based off 1 week. That's where I'm at right now with it. And I think for that reason, that's why we're leaning towards the Broncos here, and we're going to take the Broncos.
Yeah, we kind of need to take the Broncos. Danny Dimes had a glorious game last week. Once again, I apologize for doubting you. However, I'm way more down on the Dolphins than I am convinced that the Colts are good. I don't think the Broncos defense is going to let up 30 points to Daniel Jones and crew. But maybe this is our Colts and this is our team, and they come out and smack the Broncos around, because the Broncos were looking very beatable. But like I said, I guess this is against the Broncos. A lot of defensive turnovers and stuff from the Titans defense. So the Colts can create that kind of game again. The Broncos might be in trouble. So that being said, I think Bo Nix is going to take a step up.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
I think he's going to reflect on that game and be like, that sucked, and ball out against the Colts. Sorry. This is our Colts. This is our team. Anyway, moving on to the next game, dude. Fucking snoozer. I don't want to watch.
We might fall asleep watching this one next Sunday, fellas.
Yeah, I don't want to watch.
Maybe we'll cuddle.
Maybe we'll cuddle. No, but Bryce Young versus Kyler Murray, 2 short kings. They're gonna these guys, man. They're both not good. I was saying before week 1, Kyler Murray and Bryce Young were gonna step it up. But Tim's down on Kyler Murray. Ooh. I'm down on Bryce Young now. I thought he was gonna step it up, but man. This is a tough one. We're just gonna pick the Cardinals because they're allegedly a better team. The Panthers got beat up by a bad team, and the Cardinals won a close one to a bad team. This is kind of a coin flip, I would say.
Yeah.
But we're gonna pick the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals fans enjoy this now.
Yeah,
because you're gonna go 2-0. I don't know your schedule because I could care less. Because I think you're a very bad team. And we were high on the Panthers coming into this, but Bryce Young looked like crap. Tet had 11 yards by the third quarter or something. I mean, you draft the kid 9th overall or 10th overall, whatever, and you throw him the ball 3 times. I don't know which of that is Dave Canales and which of that is Bryce. And you know, the Cardinals really needed to like beat down on the Saints.
Yeah.
Like kind of like the Commanders need to do on the Giants. Right?
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
see that, hey, we're playing an 0-17 team. Like, let's beat them 35-14. You know? Which is kind of what I was, you know, I would have ate my words a little bit if that was the case, but they came out, looked mediocre. Kyler sucks. Unfortunately, we have to take the Cardinals here. But yeah, we're going to move on to the next game. The game of the week, for sure. Eagles versus Chiefs here. A good old Super Bowl rematch from last year. The Eagles are coming off a good win, but not an impressive win against Dallas. Like we talked about earlier, if you have Jalen Carter spitting on Dak, you know, that doesn't help.
No.
That doesn't help.
Moronic.
But Jalen Hurts looked good without the baby food eater, Kellen Moore.
Yeah, they did look all right.
Yeah, the Gerber baby. You know, and the Chiefs, you rinsed us.
Yeah.
You rinsed us. Although, what did we say about Brazil? We warned everyone. Massive rinse. They don't want to come out of their hotels. The food is shit. They're going to get robbed if they step outside their hotels. The fields are garbage. What are we doing? Nick, what are they doing?
I think they're just trying to, NFL's out there just trying to make some money elsewhere because obviously people are losing interest in the game. That's how I honestly feel.
I don't know if people are losing interest.
They need to
I think there's
stop.
plenty of
They need to
interest.
just leave the interest here.
Yeah.
Leave it here, please. Because what you did is you rinsed us. You rinsed us. Because if that game's here, I think the Chiefs win. But the Chargers are so good. We'll get to that later. A little sneak preview here on the Sunday script. Can the Chiefs get it done? I mean, Mahomes is still that guy, but this is tough for us. This is tough. We're gonna fly. We're gonna take the Eagles here. We're gonna take the Super Bowl champions here over in the Super Bowl rematch in Week 2.
Yeah. We'd be dumb not to take the Eagles, I would say. The Eagles played a very, very, hot Cowboys team. They came out with their piss hot, as Matt LaFleur would say, and they held them off. I think the Cowboys are going to be for real this year. I think the Eagles kept a lot of the pieces that they had that won them a Super Bowl already. Saquon looked good. Jalen Hurts looked good. And the Chiefs did not look that good. And then it doesn't help when you have your star tight end destroying your star receiver's shoulder 2 plays into the game. Just like it doesn't help having your star defensive tackle spit on the other team's quarterback 2 seconds into the game. Is he getting suspended for that? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
No?
I mean, he killed 2 people, so I mean, he can go ahead and spit on whoever he wants, I guess.
I guess. He should get suspended for that. That was heinous. But even with him out, if he's out, we don't know. The Chiefs look so beatable, and the Eagles don't look like they regressed a lot from their Super Bowl team. So we're gonna have to take the Eagles. But Nick wants to talk about his favorite pop star and her impact on the fucking rinse on Friday night rinse.
Yeah, what did Taylor Swift do to rinse this game for us, Nick?
I just think that Kelsey has a lot on his mind, especially with Taylor Swift. You could see him in the game. He had an easy touchdown to kind of run it in. He got the middle slant. And what did he do? He let it slip. So
he scored.
No, not the end.
Oh,
he dropped it and it just
that's
slipped
right.
through
He
his
did
hands.
rinse. Yeah, that's right.
So I think although the wedding seems important to them, that Kelsey should at least just focus on football for the time being, so he's not letting his teammate Patrick Mahomes down.
Are you going to the wedding in Rhode Island?
If I can make it, yeah. If I'm invited, still waiting for that one.
All right, and with that, thanks, Nick. With that, we're going to get into the Falcons versus the Vikings. I know the Vikings are going to give some Bears fans some nightmares over the next season. But are they going to give the Falcons nightmares? I don't know. This is a fucking rinse game for sure. J.J. McCarthy balled out in the fourth quarter. So who are the Vikings really? Are they a good football team? I don't know. They beat the Bears, so what? The Falcons, on the other hand, Penix Jr. looked very, very solid against a formidable Bucks team. We were saying Bucks team are going to be, top seed in the NFC. So who wins this game? I don't really know, because J.J. McCarthy could just carry off his fourth quarter success, or Penix Jr. could, put a statement and beat what people are saying is a really good top 10 team in the NFL. If Penix Jr. can do that on an away game, that'd be pretty impressive.
Yeah, everyone said the Falcons were going to beat the Bucks. We didn't see it.
No.
I didn't understand that. That was part of that. That was part of that.
That was a dog of the week.
No, the Raiders were the dog of the week.
No, that was
the
an
Raiders
underdog,
were the dog
though.
of the week. It was an underdog.
That was
though.
an underdog.
It was. Yeah, people thought. I didn't really understand that. That was in that Giants realm of I don't know what we're doing here. But it really is just the unknown of Penix Jr. and JJ. Of course, JJ has the Coach of the Year in Cock. And, that helps a lot when you're a young player, and especially in the fourth quarter like that, we saw it came out at half, adjusted. And what really adjusted was the Minnesota defense also. And I think this is going to be a really good Minnesota defense, and I think they're going to lean on the defense this game to kind of affect Penix Jr. So with that, we're going to take the Vikings. We're going to take the Vikings on the first, actually the Sunday night game. Now we're going to move in to the first Monday night game because for some reason they gave us 2 on Monday night.
I don't mind.
When this all hits, but when this all hits, Chargers start at 10 p.m.
Oh, they start at 10 p.m.?
Yeah, so we're going to be 15 for 15, and so are you because you're going to tail us this week on the Sunday script.
That's a rinse
And then-
right there, dude.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
know they started at 10
so here's the
p.m.
first game of the week, of the night, my bad, is the Chargers versus Raiders. You know how much we love Geno. However, I think we'd be a fool to bet on the Raiders this week after what we saw in Brazil, in the Brazil rinse from the Chargers. Mm-hmm. Justin Herbert, the play that stands out, I know it wasn't a throwing play, but that 13-yard run, 13-yard run to seal the game. We thought we had a chance still, and it ended up being the Friday night rinse.
Yeah.
The first domino that fell.
Yeah.
But we still went 12 for 16.
Yeah.
In week 1. We'll take it. Sherbert played well. Geno showed up. We told you that was the dog of the week.
Yeah, that was the dog of the
That
week.
was the dog of the week last week.
Honestly.
So obvious.
Honestly.
So obvious. So free. Yeah. So free. And we're glad you listened to us. And keep listening to us. So, like I said, Chargers looked great. I don't think the Raiders have that same level of defensive talent also that the Chargers have. And I think that kind of takes the Chargers over the top. Old man Keenan kind of showed up a little bit, which if they can all get cooking, that would be great for Sherbert. But we're going to take the Chargers here.
Yeah, we kind of have to take the Chargers. Unfortunately, we love Geno. We love him. Mm-hmm. He's top QB in the league for sure. Showed up against the Patriots, but the Chargers, I was saying at week 1, the Chargers have a really good defense that people, I think, sleep on. And Justin Sherbert balled out again. I told you that Justin Sherbert was going to improve year over year.
But just betting on Mahomes isn't a bad pick.
No. I took Mahomes fucking rinsed.
You can't blame us.
No, you can't blame us. So Justin Sherbert took a big step up. I think he's going to ball out again. I think that's really going to be the story. I think they're going to handedly beat the Raiders, unfortunately. Geno might make it a shootout, though.
Oh, he will.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Yeah, he's always got that in him.
They wrote Geno off, but he didn't write back.
There you go. All right, shout out to Geno Smith. All right, we're going to get into our dog of the week.
Yes, sir.
Our dog of
Easiest
the
money
week.
you're going to make this week.
Dude.
And this is, yeah. And this is my bad. This is the first game. This is the first game of the night.
This is the first game?
The Chargers are the last game of the night. So the Chargers will be the...
Fuck.
Yeah,
Messed
the full
up
circle.
Chronology,
I know,
man.
but that'll be the full
right.
circle
You guys can just
perfection.
rewind and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
watch.
but
it.
you understand.
It's
You
all
understand
fine.
what's going on. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
All right, we're getting into the dog of the week. The Bucks versus the Texans. The Texans are about to get fraud checked so bad. CJ Stroud's not the guy. He's an okay run-of-the-mill quarterback. Baker Mayfield is the guy. He wins football games. He gets the fire under his ass and he pulls it out of his ass. That's what he does. They've won their last 7 or 8 regular season games now. They're gonna go on a tear. They're one of the best teams in the NFC. So you got to hammer the Bucks on this. I don't know why they're dogs.
Yeah.
I really don't understand that.
Yeah.
When are people going to stop doubting the Bucks? The Bucks were fucking crazy last year, especially to close the season out.
Yeah.
And they sleep on them. Hammer the Bucks, please.
Yeah.
Please
do.
Please
do. Yeah, I don't know why people were gambling against the Bucks in week 1.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're gambling against the Bucks this week.
Against the Texans.
They have no O-line. The Bucks defense is going to show up like it always does. And are we on fraud alert check for CJ Stroud? We might be getting there. I wasn't impressed last year after the first year glaze. That usually happens. A little second year sophomore slump. Can we see him excel in his junior year? I don't think so, because the O-line is awful, and I don't know why the hell you trade Laramie Tunsil to Washington. You have a star left tackle and you trade him. I don't understand that at all. And now CJ Stroud is getting dropped. So you get the Rams defense and then you get the Bucks defense. Would they put up 9 points? It didn't matter. Stafford won, so we don't care what the points were. We're all money line here, no spreads. But yeah, hammer Baker.
Hammer Baker.
Take Baker. Like I said, Bucks are going to be good this year.
Yeah, we're hot on the Bucks this year for sure.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks in a row they've been dogs. I don't know why.
They have been.
I don't know why.
So that takes us into the end of week 2 of the 2025 NFL season. I feel great about this week.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of underdogs this week.
No.
There's not a lot of get you underdogs. They're just reeling you in. There's not a lot of those this week. The Patriots are underdogs. The Bucks are underdogs. But by at plus 110.
Yeah.
There's no plus 200 that we were ooh, we should take that. So that's why we're pretty confident in this week. And with that, we're going to move into each of our takes. If you remember from last week, we each have our takes that we give, a minute-long take. It can be about last week. It can be about the NFL season. It can be about a player. It can be about Taylor Swift, if you really want it to be. But we hope you don't. That'd be great. Thanks, Nick. Even though you're going to her wedding. But first, we're going to hear a word from one of our sponsors, Woodman's Property Management.
This episode of the Sunday Script is brought to you by Woodman's Property Management. Are you looking for some place to live? Do you want to live in the Midwest? Are you looking for something luxurious while still being affordable? Then Woodman's has the property for you. Go ahead online or down in the link below and check out Woodman's Property Management for all your rental needs.
So my take for week 2 of the 2025 NFL season is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the NFC. I'll follow that up with Packers and then Eagles. That's my tentative prediction right now. But, Baker, that drive at the end of the game that Baker, and that ball that Baker threw with pressure was elite. And there's not really any Baker haters out there anymore, so this isn't really a message for anyone. But just know that the Bucks are going to make a deep run. I think maybe Bucks Packers NFC Championship game, just like we saw when it was Tampa Bay actually. But that's my take for week 2 is that the Bucks are legit and don't sleep on the Bucks.
All right. And with that said, my week 2 take for the rest of the NFL season is that the Dolphins are going to be the worst team in football. That was an abysmal performance against a not that good team with a quarterback who got put in a couple weeks ago over Richard So, and you put up 0 points, simple jack, you're not good anymore, too many concussions, go retire or something. Their running backs on and off injuries, Tyreek's crying all the time. I don't even know what other receivers they have beside him. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're going to get the number 1 draft pick this year, I think. So congratulations, guys. You get the number 1 draft pick. All right, and that's it for this week.
Or a Super Bowl from Nick.
Oh yeah. We got to check the lines on that now.
Yeah, they're gonna come through. You just got to put some faith. And my take this week, I personally think the players need to man up a little bit. We're seeing a lot of people laying down on the field, not playing the game, run into the negotiation tent to redo their contract before they go out to do a next down. I want to see people that actually want to be there and want to win instead of people that are just trying to fill up their bag before they hit the road. So, hoping week 3 will show us people that actually want to play football.
The good old negotiation tent.
The negotiation tent. That's where they go. They go there. They say my.
They get hurt and they go into the big blue negotiation tent.
My contract isn't enough. Give me more money, or I'm not stepping back on that field. That's what happens.
All right, so that brings us to the conclusion of our week 2, episode 2 of the Sunday Script. Like we said, if you joined us last week, thank you. We appreciate you being here again. If you tail us, you'll hit one. Don't forget it. So quick rundown here for you. Thursday night rinse, we're going to take the Packers. We're going to take the Steelers. We're going to take the Patriots. We're going to take the Bills, the Rams, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Lions, the Broncos, the Arizona Cardinals, the Eagles, the Chargers, and the Bucks. And that is your week 2 rundown here on the Sunday Script.
You're going to win a bunch of money.
Yes. Join us next week where you will be significantly richer, and so will we. We'll see you next week on the Sunday Script.